Hello everyone, today we are going to learn Chapter 15, International Corporate Governance and Control. The learning objectives include 1. Describes the common forms of corporate governance by MNCs. 2. Explain how MNCs use corporate control as a form of governance. 3. Identify the factors that are considered when valuing a foreign target. 4. Describe the process of valuing a foreign target. 5. Explain why valuations of a target firm vary among MNCs that consider corporate control strategies. Next, identify other types of international corporate control decisions. And 7, explain how some corporate control decision can be evaluated in a real-time option framework. Governance by board members. The board of directors is responsible for appointing high-level managers of the firm, including the CEO. The board is supposed to make sure that key management decisions are in the best interest of shareholders. However, boards are not always effective at governance. Governance by institutional investors, such as pension fund, mutual fund, hedge fund, and insurance companies, commonly hold a large proportion of the firm's shares. Governance by shareholders activists. Some institutional investor or individual shareholders of publicly traded MNCs are called block holders because they hold a large portion of the firm's stock. There are several motivations for international corporate control: market for corporate control, motives for international acquisitions, and a trend in international acquisitions. The barriers to international corporate control into anti-takeover amendments implemented by Target, or poison pills employed by Target, or host government barriers. So the model for valuation of foreign target is based on the following model. When the MNCs engage in restructuring, it affects the structure of its assets, which will ultimately affect the present value of its cash flow. Factors affecting target valuation including target-specific factors and country-specific factors. Now we come to the conclusion of this chapter. An MNC's board of directors is responsible for ensuring its managers focus on maximizing the wealth of the shareholders. A board should be more effective if the chair is an outside board member and if the board is dominated by outside members. Institutional investor monitor an MNC, but some institutional investors, such as hedge funds, tend to be more effective monitors than others. Block holders who have a large stake in the firm may also serve as effective monitors and can influence the management because of their voting power. The international market for corporate control serves as another form of governance. The valuation of a firm's target is influenced by target-specific factors, such as the target's previous cash flows and its managerial talent, and country-specific factors such as economic condition, political condition, currency condition, and a stock market condition. In a typical valuation process, an MNC initially screens prospective targets based on willingness to be acquired and country barriers. Each prospective target is valued by establishing its cash flow based on target-specific characteristic and the target country characteristics, and by discounting the expected cash flows. Then the perceived value is compared to the target market value to determine whether the target can be purchased at a price that is below the perceived value from the MNC's perspective. Valuation of a foreign target may vary among potential acquirers because of difference in estimates of the target's cash flows, exchange rate movement, or the difference in required rate of return among acquirers. Besides international acquisition of firms, international corporate control transactions include international partial acquisitions, international acquisitions of privatization business, and international divestitures. Some international corporate control decisions by MNCs involves implicit options on real assets, and MNC's capital budgeting analysis of these decisions should account for these options.